I want you to be honest with yourself for a moment. Does it feel like the days are getting shorter? Does a week feel like it passes in 48 hours? Do you remember when you were a child and a summer holiday felt like an eternity? But now an entire year evaporates before you can even process it? You are not imagining this. You are not just getting older. Something fundamental has shifted in the fabric of our reality. There is a global phenomenon happening right now, reported by millions of people across every culture, every age group, and every demographic. We call it time compression. The heartbeat of the planet is changing. The processing speed of the simulation is accelerating. We are approaching what physicists call an event horizon, a point of no return where time, space, and consciousness collapse into a single point. Most people are sleepwalking through this acceleration. They are stressed, they are burnt out, they are running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. They think they just need better time management. But you cannot manage time when time itself is dissolving. In this dossier, we are going to dismantle the illusion of linear time. We will look at the Schumann resonance, the dopamine feedback loops, and the simulation theory to explain exactly why 24 hours doesn't feel like 24 hours anymore. And I am going to give you the protocol to decompress time, to slow down the simulation so you can actually live in it. You are not running out of time, you are running out of presence. Let's start with the geophysics. The Earth has a pulse. It is called the Schumann Resonance. It is the electromagnetic frequency generated by lightning strikes in the ionosphere. For thousands of years, this frequency was stable at 7.83 Hertz. It was the tuning fork of life. Our brainwaves evolved to match this pulse. 7.83 Hertz is the frequency of the alpha-theta state. Calm, grounded, connected. But in the last decade, something unprecedented started happening. The resonance began to spike. It jumped to 16 Hertz, then 30 Hertz. In recent years, we have seen spikes reaching 100 Hertz and beyond. The planet is literally vibrating faster. And because your biology is entrained to the planet, your nervous system is vibrating faster too. Your brain is trying to sync with a frequency it wasn't designed for. This creates a subjective experience of time acceleration. It feels like the drumbeat of the music has doubled in tempo. You feel anxious without a reason. You feel like you are late for something, but you don't know what. This is not psychological. This is electromagnetic entrainment. The simulation has overclocked the CPU. Now let's look at the second layer, the digital distortion. Your perception of time is not controlled by a clock on the wall. It is controlled by the amount of information processing in your brain. When you are bored, time slows down because your brain is sampling reality at a high frame rate. When you are overstimulated, time speeds up because your brain stops recording memories to save energy. We are living in the age of the dopamine loop. Social media, notifications, 15-second videos. These are not just distractions, they are time machines. Every time you scroll, you are flooding your brain with micro-doses of novelty. Your brain enters a trance state, a hypnotic loop. You sit down for 5 minutes, and suddenly an hour is gone. Where did that hour go? It wasn't recorded. It was deleted from your autobiographical memory. You are literally deleting chunks of your life by outsourcing your consciousness to an algorithm. The algorithm is designed to compress time. It is designed to keep you in a timeless consumption state. If you feel like life is passing you by, it's because you are not in your life, you are in the feed. You are trading your time for dopamine, and it is a terrible trade. Let's go deeper. Let's look at this through the lens of simulation theory. Many physicists and philosophers argue that if it is possible to create a realistic simulation of a universe, then it is statistically probable that we are living in one right now. In any video game or simulation, what happens when you get to the end of the level? The game gets faster. The music intensifies. The challenges come closer together. The enemies spawn more frequently. The difficulty ramps up because you are approaching the boss level. The acceleration of time, the chaos in the world, the breakdown of old systems, these are not signs of the apocalypse. They are signs of level completion. We are approaching a singularity, a point where the old rules of the game no longer apply. The simulation is rendering data at an exponential rate because we are about to upgrade the operating system. Those who hold on to the old slow world will be crushed by the speed. Those who learn to surf the chaos will ascend to the next level. You are feeling the pressure of the upgrade. Your hardware, body, is heating up because the software, consciousness, is downloading a massive file. Neuroscience tells us that time is a construct of memory. When you are a child, everything is new. Your brain records every detail: the smell of the grass, the taste of ice cream, the sound of the rain. Because you are recording so much high-resolution data, the day feels long, it feels rich. As you get older, you enter routine mode. You drive the same route, you eat the same breakfast, you talk to the same people. Your brain stops recording. It says, "I already know this data, do not save." It compresses a week of routine into a single file named work week. This is why a year feels like a month, because you only lived 30 days of new experiences and repeated them 12 times. You are living on autopilot, and autopilot is the fast-forward button of life. To slow down time, you must stop the routine. You must introduce novelty. You must force your brain to start recording again. If you want a long life, you don't need more years, you need more moments. You need to increase the frame rate of your consciousness. In the next part, I will give you the protocol to do exactly that. We have diagnosed the problem. You are living in a compressed timeline. The simulation is overclocking. So how do we fix it? How do we hack the system to slow down the clock? We use a technique I call conscious time dilation. In Einstein's relativity, time slows down as you approach the speed of light or a massive gravitational object. In consciousness, time slows down as you approach the speed of presence. Most people try to manage time. They use calendars, apps, alarms. This is trying to manage the symptom. You need to manage the perception. Here is the exact protocol to stretch a single hour into what feels like a day. Protocol 1. The pattern interrupt. Novelty injection. You must break the routine. Routine is the enemy of time. It is the compression algorithm. When the brain encounters a familiar pattern, it switches to low power mode. It stops recording detailed memories. It glides. This is why you can drive home from work and not remember a single turn. You were on autopilot. To slow down time, you must force your brain to switch to high-definition recording mode. You do this by introducing micro-novelty. If you brush your teeth with your right hand, do it with your left. The awkwardness forces presence. If you drive the same route, take a side street. The new visual data forces the brain to pay attention. If you eat at the same desk, go outside. Feel the wind. These tiny micro-changes act as speed bumps for your consciousness. They force the brain to wake up and record the moment. When you interrupt the pattern, you expand the duration of the experience. You literally get your life back. Protocol 2. The digital fast. Dopamine reset. You cannot slow down time while you are plugged into the accelerator, your phone. The digital world operates on hypertime. Trends change in minutes. Attention spans are measured in milliseconds. When you plug into that matrix, your internal clock syncs with the machine's clock. Commit to 1 hour a day of zero input. No phone, no music, no podcast, no book. Just you and the raw data of reality. Walk without headphones. Sit in a chair and look at the wall. At first, it will feel boring. It will feel painful. Your dopamine receptors will scream for stimulation. That boredom is actually your brain's clock resetting to the biological rhythm. Boredom is the feeling of time expanding. Embrace it. It is the only way to lengthen your life. The ancient Greeks had 2 words for time. We have forgotten one of them, and that is why we are suffering. The first is Chronos. This is clock time, linear, sequential, quantitative. It is the time of deadlines, schedules, and aging. It eats you alive. The second is Kairos. This is deep time, vertical, qualitative, eternal. It is the time of the right moment. It is the time you feel when you are falling in love, or watching a sunset, or in deep prayer. In Kairos, the clock does not tick. The moment expands to hold the entire universe. Most of you are trapped in Chronos. You are slaves to the ticking hand. The goal of the quantum core student is to live in Kairos, to step out of the horizontal rush and into the vertical depth. How do you enter Kairos? Through breath. Breath is the anchor that holds you in the vertical moment. When you rush, your breath is shallow, Chronos. When you are present, your breath is deep, Kairos.
Every time you feel the pressure of time acceleration, stop. Take 3 deep breaths. You will physically feel the gear shift. You will step out of the rushing river and onto the bank.
There is a biological state that mimics Kairos. We call it flow. Athletes, musicians, coders, and artists know this state. When you are so deeply immersed in a task that the self dissolves, time disappears. Paradoxically, in flow, 5 hours can feel like 5 minutes. But here is the critical difference between flow and scrolling. When you scroll on social media for 5 hours, time disappears and you feel drained. You feel empty. You feel like you lost part of your soul. This is entropy, disorder. When you are in flow for 5 hours, time disappears, but you feel energized. You feel full. You feel alive. This is negentropy, order. In flow, you are not skipping time, you are transcending it. You are stepping out of the simulation's frame rate and entering the source code. To access this, you must engage in deep work. You must create something. Creation anchors you in the now. Consumption pulls you into the void. Stop consuming the simulation. Start building it. Every act of creation, writing, cooking, building, drawing, is an act of rebellion against the acceleration. Let's zoom out to the cosmic scale. Why is this happening now? Why does 2025 feel faster than 2015? The visionary philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin proposed the concept of the omega point. He believed that the universe is evolving towards a maximum level of complexity and consciousness. It is like a gravitational attractor at the end of time pulling us towards it. As we get closer to this point, evolution speeds up. Biology evolved over billions of years. Agriculture evolved over thousands. Industry evolved over centuries. The internet evolved over decades. AI is evolving over months. We are being pulled towards a singularity, a point where all timelines, all information, and all consciousness merge into a single unified experience. This acceleration is not a glitch, it is gravity. We are falling towards the omega point. Do not resist the speed. You cannot stop the planet from spinning. You cannot stop technology from advancing. Instead, find the center. The faster a wheel spins, the calmer the hub is. If you live on the rim of the wheel, the news, the drama, the fear, the politics, you will get dizzy. You will be thrown off by the centrifugal force. If you live in the hub, the breath, the presence, the observer, you can watch the world spin at 1,000 miles per hour and feel perfect peace. You become the eye of the hurricane. In an accelerated world, attention is the only scarce resource. Data is abundant. Information is infinite. Time is collapsing. The only thing that has value is where you point your consciousness. Time is not money. Attention is money.
The entire global economy, the attention economy, is designed to steal your moments. Every notification is a thief. Every clickbait title is a trap. Every outrage on the news is a siphon. They are harvesting your consciousness to power their algorithms. You must become a guardian of your attention. Treat your focus like a laser beam, not a light bulb. A light bulb illuminates everything weakly. A laser cuts through steel. Where you point your attention, time expands. If you point it at fear, fear expands and takes up your time. If you point it at your vision expands and accelerates towards you. You vote for your reality with your focus. Do not let them steal your vote. Reclaim your sovereignty over your own mind.
Let's look at the biology of time. Your cells have their own clocks called telomeres. These are the protective caps at the end of your chromosomes. Every time a cell divides, the telomere gets shorter. When it gets too short, the cell dies. This is aging. Stress accelerates telomere shortening. When you feel rushed, when you are in time famine, your body produces cortisol, which eats away at your telomeres. You are literally aging faster because you believe you don't have enough time. But research, Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn, shows that presence, meditation, and perceived safety can lengthen telomeres. You can reverse biological time. By slowing down your internal clock, breath, and presence, you slow down the cellular degradation. You become biologically younger than the calendar says. You are not just saving time, you are saving your life. Ultimately, all of this science points to one spiritual truth. There is no past. The past is a memory trace, a file stored in the neurons. There is no future. The future is a simulation running in the frontal lobe. The only thing that has ever existed, the only thing that will ever exist, is now, the eternal now. The reason time feels like it is slipping away is because you are never in the now. You are always mentally 5 minutes ahead, worrying about the next task, or 5 years behind, regretting the lost opportunity. You are a ghost in your own life. When you bring your full consciousness into this exact second, the feeling of your feet on the floor, the sound of my voice, the rhythm of your breath, the beat of your heart, time stops. It becomes infinite. The dimension of now has no depth limit. You can live a lifetime in a single breath if you are fully there for it. This is the secret of immortality. Not living forever in linear time, which is boring, but living infinitely in the present moment, which is ecstatic. The clock on the wall is a tool. It is a measuring device for the collective agreement we call society. It is not your master. You are the timekeeper. You decide if today is a blur or a masterpiece. You decide if this year evaporates into nothing or if it becomes a legend. Stop running. Stop rushing. The destination is not in the future. The destination is here. The simulation is upgrading. It is time to upgrade with it. Slow down. Look around. Breathe. Feel the texture of reality. You have all the time in the world because you are the world. The countdown is not to an end, it is to a beginning. Step out of the stream, stand on the bank, watch it flow. Subscribe to the laboratory, master the clock. Welcome to Quantum Core.